Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Alice is Still Dead, and this is a new documentary that focuses on an intimate look at the grief that loved ones go through after the murder of one of their family members. And very much at the center of this is a son of a family who's grown up carrying a lot of grief from the murder of his sister. And this film is directed by Edwin Pendleton who really provides an unflinching perspective on grief and dealing with it and how we process it, how we challenge our worldviews when we're processing such tragic things. And this documentary, there's not a lot of flash to it, but there's a quality about how it's made. There's some decent production value here. But what really it does is focus so much on the people of this story, of this tragedy, that have all been affected by the death of this young woman. And you see a lot of very emotional interactions with people because obviously this woman was loved and cared about and feared for, and a lot of people in her life tried to help her see some serious red flags that put her in the situation that led to her death. And you see friends who are reminiscing about all the wonderful things that this young woman Alice did, and all the wonderful connections and support that they made with her. And then the emotion of confronting the fact that she's no longer here. And you really get a deep look into the brother, who is the central figure in this film, as he processes the grief, how he's dealt with the grief, confronting those things, how unhealthy and unproductive some of those things might be, coming to grips with the trial of the people responsible for her death, and seeing this man in his most raw and intimate and vulnerable states. And this is such an impactful documentary. And like I said, this isn't anything big and flashy. It's not earth-shattering. But what it delivers in intimacy and emotion is such a moving experience watching this film. And you see these characters confront some big questions too. You see this man who's been through all of this confronting the niceties of, like, she's in a better place, and then really confronting his own personal views and really challenging what that's supposed to mean and what that means to somebody going through grief and how that may or may not be as helpful as you think it might be. I feel like this is a great film in terms of helping people realize how processing grief can happen in so many different ways, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, and also really confronting the basic ideas of what we're supposed to do in terms of supporting people going through these things. This is a very human experience, a very human and vulnerable and raw documentary that really takes a look at human beings, real people, and how they process through these things and how that could affect their lives and the ripple effects that such tragedies have on people. So if you get a chance to check this one out, obviously, warning, this is very sad and emotional, but it's a journey worth taking. So if you get a chance, show Alice is Still Dead some love, because this is a documentary that will definitely take you on an emotional journey. But those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.